Welcome back to the Couch to 5K series, in which I go through every run and then give you my sort of post-run thoughts and experiences, giving you a rundown of how the run went and just my general kind of advice and tips on what I would recommend if you're someone in my shoes or someone who's doing the program and you want a bit of guidance on how to go about your runs. So, in this run today, this will be run number 11, and this will be the second run of week 4. So you know how the Couch to 5K program is split into weeks. Weeks 1 all the way to 9. I am now in week number 4. So in terms of this run today, it will be the same structure as the run in run number 10, week 4, run 1. There will be a pic on screen that will show the structure of how the run looks. So it will look different to how your runs are in week 3. And the idea is you build up repetitions of doing the same run over and over to build up your confidence and also build up that stamina and endurance, so you get comfortable running the same period of time, and you just repeat that a few times before you can run comfortably, and then you progress upwards and start running for longer as you progressively get through the weeks. So after completing to run 10, well, after completing run number 10 even, I am now starting to really feel like a runner. I know I said that previously, but I sort of have that credibility now. I'm 10 runs into the program. I think I'm starting to form a bit of that consistent sort of habit, and I really feel like a runner now, even though I'm not able to run a 5K as of yet. I feel like a runner regardless, because I've been out for 10 runs right now, or 10 runs so far since starting the program, and I've come a long way since then, and I've still got a long way to go. But I think I've started to forge that identity that I'm now starting to feel like a runner, and when I go on my runs now, I'm way more confident than I was when I first started out in my first few runs. I know what I'm doing now, and I sort of have my own routine in place without even thinking about it. I sort of have my running gear all ready to go, have my running shoes ready, and I just go out there, do a quick warm up, and jump straight into it. I don't really have to think about it anymore. It's sort of something I just do now. And hopefully, if you should definitely feel the same way. Once you get a few weeks in, it should start to feel like something you genuinely enjoy doing. And I can definitely say that I do enjoy my runs, even though they can be difficult and strenuous. That's kind of the point. If you're being challenged, it means you're going to get better. And I've definitely been challenged, and I definitely was on this run today. In terms of the conditions, it was super windy and very cold. We're kind of in that season right now of nearing, or I think being September is pretty much autumn time. I think nearing winter, it's effectively going to be cold and windy on pretty much every run going forward, because we're nearing the end of the year, and I don't think that's going to change really. You might see a bit of sun on some runs here and there, but this is the kind of conditions I'm probably going to face with all my runs going forward, and there will also be some runs with it being raining, but I don't let the conditions of the weather affect me from whether or not I go on my runs. I try and ignore what the conditions are like on whatever day I run, and if it is a bit colder, just stick on an extra layer of clothing so you can stay warm and cold. If you're just wearing a t-shirt and some shorts, you should definitely layer up. If you're going out consistently and it's starting to get a little bit colder, definitely go ahead and do that. And one thing I have noticed is that I'm now into week 4, and this will be the second run of week 4 I'm doing. The step up in intensity in terms of how much I'm running for, how long I'm running for, the blocks themselves, it's very, very great. Like, if I was to look back on it from weeks 1, to look back on the runs I completed within weeks 1, 2, and 3, the increase was so like small and incremental I didn't feel myself being challenged. And I guess that's their way of easing you into the program, and the small increases being very easily manageable. But the jump from week 3 to week 4 has been quite intense, and I have found it very tough so far, but I've been able to see out every run. But the intensity and the length of time you're running for is something you should be prepared for, because I feel like by now I'm 10 runs in. I now have more confidence to run for longer. I just need to keep running consistently, and then my stamina and endurance will improve. My legs won't give out so early as they are at the moment. Week 4 is where I've really been pushed to my limits, and just looking at the running structure, in the blocks of running you will complete in terms of running for 3, running for 5, running for 3, and then running for 5 again with gaps in between. It's always that last block of 5 minutes that I tend to struggle with, because I am trying to sort of keep a slightly faster pace, but as I'm not able to maintain it as of yet, just because I need more practice running for that period of time, and also learning to pace myself and breathe correctly. It's been tough so far, but I'm going to keep working at it and stay consistent, and hopefully I'll get better with that over time. But I am sort of running out of energy towards the end of my runs, which is obviously normal, but I want to be able to see my runs all the way to the end and still have some energy in reserve, and be able to sort of stay at a consistent pace throughout the entire run and try not to slow down. But obviously, as someone who's going into the program, that's going to be fairly normal. But my sort of objective or goal I want to do is to sort of keep like a similar-ish pace throughout the whole run and try not to slow down too much. But if I have to, then obviously I'll make sure to do that, so to ensure that I still see out the run completely, but try and pick up the speed a little bit, because I think I feel comfortable enough to do that when I'm in like the starting to midpoint of my run, but towards the end, that's when I really start to tire and my legs start feeling really heavy, and then I have to sort of kind of coast towards the end. And being a heavier runner as I am, my legs give in much quicker, and I have to exert much more force with every step I take, because obviously the more weight you carry on your body, the quicker your legs are going to give out. That's just how it works. The heavier you are, the more difficult it's going to be for you to move your body with every step, and running will be a much more difficult activity, as my body weight is shifted with every moving step. I think you'll have heard the phrase "mass moves mass." That's why you see like professional athletes who have sort of physiques or builds that look quite slender and quite nimble, because their sort of physiques are designed to run and be able to maintain that speed and pace for a longer amount of time, because they're not carrying a load of body weight with them. They're very light, and which ensures that they can move quick and be able to maintain that speed, because they haven't got loads of body weight holding them back from running at a quicker pace and maintaining that for a long period of time, like marathon runners, for example. So yeah, and if you're someone who's a bit on the heavier side, that's pretty much how it's going to be. Like, your running is going to feel more challenging, but there's no reason why you can't. All it means is you might have to go a little bit slower than like someone who's maybe 10, 20 kilos lighter. They'll be able to naturally run at a quicker pace because they're carrying less weight on their body. And trying to compare yourself to someone, let's say you're 90 kilos and you know, a runner who's 70 kilos, trying to match their pace is probably not realistic. Try and stick to a pace you know you're comfortable at, and just be consistent with that, and then over time try and increase it a little bit in small increments. But trying to match the pace of someone who's got a completely different physique or build to you, and it's probably made more progress than you have, is just not realistic. And don't try and compare yourself to someone like that, because it's just not worth your time. I don't worry about comparing myself to lighter runners, and it doesn't really help me. It's not logical, and it's just not realistic. If you're someone who's on the heavier side, trying to keep up with someone who's got less body weight to move with every stride will mean that they're able to run quicker and not get as tired because they've got less load to carry when they're running. And to be honest, I shouldn't really be too concerned with pace right now. Once I reach that 5k mark, which I know I will, maybe then I'll start thinking about how I can speed things up just a little bit and sort of run a little bit quicker. But I'm not sure why I'm too concerned about that right now. I'm not even at 5k yet, so I think I should just stop thinking about that and just make sure I stay consistent with my run so far. And just to wrap things up, I will throw in a quick screenshot from Strava showing all the statistics from my run, and I'll catch you in run number 12.